to all of my beautiful souls and welcome to FireStar Tarot. I'm Empress Egypt. Before we get into your reading, you guys, if you are new here, I do have an intro video on the main page, you guys, on my homepage. Definitely check that out so that you guys are familiar with how I do things here on my channel. It also saves some time so I don't have to do some long ass intro like I used to do for every reading. Yeah. Believe it or not, it's true. Okay. So with that being said, collective, this is going to be a collective reading. And as you guys can see, I do have 3 piles in front of me. So this is going to be a pick a pile reading. Before we get into your reading, let me kind of just go over what this reading is about. So I have noticed within the collective, my collective, there have been a lot of questions surrounding, is this your twin flame? Is this your soulmate? Is this a karmic learning lesson? So obviously this is where you guys and your intuition comes in, okay? So the first pile here, which is this pile on the left-hand side, is the amethyst stone. If you guys need a minute to pause on the stone, then you're more than welcome to, okay? So pile number 1 again is this purple amethyst. Pile number 2 is the black obsidian pyramid. And then pile number 3 is the selenite bar, the selenite rod, okay? So again, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Okay, collective, before we actually get into this reading, I have provided timestamps down below for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Before you click on your piles, you guys, before you get into this, take a minute to really pause the video if you need to, meditate on your person's energy, focus on them, focus on the memory of them. Again, really picture them in your head, right? Really pull in their energy. And with that energy, closing your eyes, ask Spirit to guide you when it comes to, is this person my twin flame? Is this person my soulmate? Or are they my karmic? And then, of course, intuitively go with the deck that you feel guided to. I hope that makes sense, collective. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. All right, pile number 1. So for those of you guys who chose the purple amethyst, this is going to be your reading. So is your person, the person you're thinking about right now, are they your twin flame? Are they your soulmate? Or are they a karmic learning lesson? Let's find out. All right, let's start with the small cards first here, pile number 1. First card is the fish. The next card is the snake. The chain. Ice. The hammer. The armor. The wolf. The coffin. The key. The flag. The leaf. The hand. The Sphinx. Let's break these down and then we'll move into the next stack of cards here as well. So this feels like upon meeting this person, it's so happy. There's so much good luck. You see so much potential in this connection. There's definitely emotions here with the fish, right? It feels like you really dreamed of new beginnings, of creating with this person emotionally. Something within your intuition was hitting you hard with this person. It's like your intuition was telling you that emotionally you could grow with this person, that emotionally it was good for you. But with the snake card, it was trickery. It feels like that trickery initiated a shedding of skin, a shedding of old, that shedding leading to an awakening. The chain. This person restricted you. This person held you down, held you back. This person chained you to toxicity. It's like this person didn't allow you to have anything, and that's what chained you. That's what became this energy, this heavy energy of toxicity that just didn't leave. Again, it feels like you came in strong. You felt the emotions. Your intuition was telling you you could grow with this person, but again, there was trickery. There were things that needed to be shed. There were things that needed to be seen, but instead you got a whole lot of energy of feeling like you were tied to this person. Maybe possibly a soul tie in this energy. It definitely does feel like there was a bond here. Again, your intuition wasn't lying to you, but there was something that wasn't being seen fully. There was something that wasn't fully shedded. There was something that wasn't, again, evolved in this energy, and this was that ball and chain. You also received ice, leading to this stuck energy, feeling isolated, feeling blocked, suppressed. With the hammer here, it feels like you tried to work on things over and over again, but just as much as you worked on things, they were destroyed. It feels like, again, there was a whole lot of work put in just to be destroyed. So just as much as the hammer creates, it destroys as well. It pulls out the nails that holds it together. You also received armor. It feels like this person was closed off from you here, pile number one, and you had to learn how to be strong, or you just had to be strong because, again, this person wasn't protecting you. They were closed off. They had really strong boundaries here. This may also be that need for you to establish strong boundaries, to defend yourself, to put on that armor of light. You also received the wolf. This is shadow work. What I'm really feeling here, pile number one, is, again, it's like from the very get-go, you felt like this was it. This was the one. Again, there was trickery. There was illusions here, feeling chained to this person, feeling tied to this person, feeling that cold energy. Again, feeling blocked by this person. Feeling, again, tied down by this person's energy, or again, this trickery that they created, or this trickery that they fooled you with. Again, with this hammer energy here, pile number one, I see you really working hard, but it just keeps falling apart. But it also feels like you keep rebuilding it. It feels like you're the one wearing this armor, standing strong, standing tall in your power. Possibly, again, setting those boundaries. Now, it could also be your person here, right? Establishing those boundaries and, again, tricking you, destroying things, allowing you to work on them, rebuild with them, and then just to destroy things again. Again, that is that toxic ball and chain. Facing the fears, facing the shadows, going within, coffin, death, ending, change, new beginning, right? So a past cycle that has ended, a past cycle where a new beginning exists, a new beginning begins. This is the resurrection after the death. This is all about transformation here, pile number one. Transforming from this energy of, again, feeling controlled, feeling held down, feeling lied to, cheated, and again, just tricked, fooled. Facing your fears, wanting to end this, wanting to start new, wanting to transform your life, wanting to transform this connection, again, with this hammer energy, wanting to rebuild it and work on it, again, wanting this connection to come back to life, wanting this connection to start again after this ending. I also feel like this is the right away. This is the passageway, right? The passageway to a new beginning. The key to unlock the door to the new passageway. This is secrets being unlocked, things in the dark coming to light, truths being exposed, the knowledge being attained. I feel like something was exposed to you, whether this was you seeing the truth within yourself or you seeing the truth within this person. Again, those illusions, that trickery. You gained the wisdom, you pushed through, you again stayed strong, you set your limits, you set your boundaries, you faced your fears, you changed things, you created a new beginning. You attained that key to open that door, to create that, again, new journey for yourself here. This does feel like an energy of this person who you ended things with, most definitely, possibly, finally opening up. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this person comes in and lies to you, tricks you, and tells you what you want to hear, and then destroys it again, right? Again, with this key energy, it feels like someone wants to express, someone wants to open, and then it was like all of a sudden, again, that destruction. But now the wisdom has been attained, right? The boundaries have been set. This person, it's like you have the key around your neck. They don't have the key anymore. With the flag energy here, right? Wanting to surrender, wanting to call truce. It does feel like this person's very territorial with you, and this can definitely lead to a lot of energy of control, jealousy, envy. But something in this energy is protected. With the hands here, it feels like divine intervention, divine protection. Again, with this flag energy, though, there is silence in this energy. It feels like there's no communication between you two. Again, an ending that you had to take the key away from, right? It was like this person had access to you. You were always the solution. And eventually you had to stand tall. You had to protect yourself. You had to put your foot down. You had to establish those boundaries. And again, face your fears, change things, gain the wisdom, call that truce. And interesting enough with the leaf, to change things, to create that new cycle, to actually plant those seeds and see those seeds grow. This also feels like obviously things had to die, things had to decay in order to have this change, in order to have this growth. It feels like whatever this was a way for you to gain your strength, to again set those boundaries and change what was taking place within this energy. Again, the illusions, the trickery, the restraints, the cold energy, the constantly being destroyed, but yet feeling like there was so much good luck here, feeling like this was going somewhere. The hand of God, creator, source, raw energy itself, the power to be able to manifest and create, divine protection, divine orchestration, divine intervention, right? It feels like whether you realize this or not, pile number one, you've been protected. You've been protected even when it comes to this energy here. Whether that was for divine to intervene or whether that was for divine to just allow you to go through this, to experience, to again gain the wisdom, to be able to surrender to this, again, trickery, this suppression, these chains. This is also about healing. Healing after these endings. And then once the healing has taken place after this ending, that's when the new creation exists. Again, manifesting, creating, healing, exchanging, right? It's like this exchange, okay? Even though it was toxic and it had you again feeling tied down, it had you feeling again, chained to this person, chained to this energy, again, constantly building and ending and building and ending. Again, a lot of cycles here is what I'm feeling. At the end of the day, it feels like this healing after this connection leads to the creation, leads to the ultimate manifestation, success, and abundance. Finishing this off with the Sphinx. This is that wisdom, the wisdom attained. I'm going to be honest with you. Pile number one, this feels very karmic, right? We have toxicity, chains, devil kind of energy, right? Again, restraints, the toxicities. It's interesting because it feels like you felt like this person You were constantly chained to them, again, wanting to fix things and rebuild things here. But at the end of the day, those chains were yourself, and that's where this journey leads you. It leads you to understanding and awakening when it comes to wisdom, when it comes to, again, those boundaries that needed to be established, right? Not rushing in so quickly just because you feel like it's good, because sometimes the things that are good for us are also bad for us, right? They can hold us back, stagnate us, destroy us. But in that equal exchange of destroying, it also exchanges within healing and ascension, again, strength and protection, setting boundaries, right? And that is that truce. That is that surrender. That's that surrender to self because of this toxic energy. Let's see what else you have here. There it is, the devil. Capricorn energy, toxicity, right? Those restraints, the same energy as that chain. Most definitely, this was a karmic learning lesson. Now, keep in mind that karmic learning lessons can happen with twin flames. They can happen with soulmates. They can happen with family members, right? So it's important to understand that life is a constant cycle of karma, right? Whether it's good karma or bad karma is up to you. But at the end of the day, those struggles will always exist, right? Those conflicts will always become or happen, right? At the end of the day, there will always be toxicity. It's up to you to acknowledge that toxicity and establish your boundaries. Again, not allow yourself to be held down by this energy. Again, the things that have fooled you and tricked you. 3 of Swords, most definitely betrayal here, right? Lots of betrayal when it comes to this connection. 7 of Swords, again, lies, trickery, deceit, stilling your heart, right? Again, with trickery and illusions. 8 of Swords, right? Causing you to go within your head, causing you to go within inside and blame yourself. Again, get stuck in this, this energy, really emphasizing that ice, that stagnation. You also receive the 9 of Swords. Again, right? Really anxious, not knowing what the future is going to hold, right? Not knowing where this connection is going to go or how you're going to get through. Again, you do though, right? You do heal, you do move forward. 10 of Swords, right? You put an ending to this betrayal, right? Because this betrayal hurt you. This betrayal, this is definitely very karmic. You get what I'm saying? It feels like at the end of the day, whether this connection has ended or not, the need for the ending is here. The completion is here, right? We have Coffin, 10, endings and beginnings, 10, endings and beginnings. You get what I'm saying? The Death card, again, change, endings, right? Transformation. Very powerful. The Hanged Woman, again, that stagnation, right? Pile number 1. The Judgment, the outcome, the circumstances. The judgment has been laid, right? Grounding the energy. Wow, with the Wheel of Fortune, there it is. Karma has been served. It feels like at the end of the day, yes, this was a karmic learning lesson. One where you had to learn to build strength and strong boundaries. You also have to heal from these boundaries, again, regardless of where you're at, past, present, or future with this energy. At the end of the day, the change is needed. And the only way the change takes place is by, again, building up that armor, focusing on self and actually changing it. So even though this hurt like hell and it was toxic and it tricked you, and again, it really hurt you here emotionally deep, right? It cut you deep. You also gain that higher ascension, right? You heal from this, you overcome from this. And I promise when you do overcome this, after you've overcome this, that judgment will be laid and a new karmic cycle will take place. But this is one with good luck, right? It feels like, yes, you started off with this good luck, but it also feels like in the next cycle, whether it's with the same person or not, the next cycle, it feels like, don't think that it's going to be such a happy outcome from the very get-go. Take your time to figure out where this person's at. Do you get what I'm saying? So with that being said, pile number 1, I do want to pull some ending advice for you, and then we will wrap up this reading. I hope this brought, some clarity or even some confirmation when it comes to your connection. Again, remember, karmic cycles are a part of life. That is not saying that, the connection with your person is not a twin flame or soulmate, but it just feels like there's something to learn currently in this cycle, and it requires you healing, protecting yourself in order to be able to see through the illusions, to be able to, again, get out of your head and take action when it comes to this change. Spirit, let's get some ending advice for pile number 1, please. You received Cauldron, number 10. Again with 10. I can't make this shit up, number 1, right? An ending, new beginnings. Bewitching, yes it be. Blink and you shall see a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. Again, it just feels like there was a lot of sadness, a lot of grayness, right? A lot of uncertainty. But through this uncertainty, this strength is created. This strength, again, just kind of starts to muster up. Things start to, be seen more clearly here, right? So it almost feels like this has been brewing for a while. Again, with the rebuilding, the destruction, the needing to heal, most definitely. At the end of the day, Spirit wants you to know that this intense brew will lead to what it is that you want. It'll lead to what it is that you truly deserve. But it does require you to be in that grayness, right? To be in that rain, right? To let those tears flow. So with that being said, pile number 1, that is all I have for you guys. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, for those of you guys who chose pile 2, welcome to your reading. So again, really making sure when it comes to your person of interest, are they your twin flame, are they your soulmate, or are they your karmic partner? Now, do keep in mind that if this is a karmic partner, that karmic cycles exist even within our twin flame connections and soulmate connections. So just because it is a karmic situation, if it is, I'm not saying it is, but if it is, right, just understand again here, pile number 2, that it just means there was a learning lesson, right? There were things that weren't done properly or seen properly, and so things were needed to be learned. Wisdom was needed to be gained. So just remember that. It can apply to, to twin flames and soulmates if it is karmic. So with that being said, let's see what's going on. So pile number 2, for those of you guys who chose the Black Obsidian Pyramid, this is your reading. First card you received is the Grape, the offering of something sweet. Feels like a body high, right? I'm hearing body high. An offering that gave you a body high, an offering that made you feel, literally 10 feet off the ground. The Tulip, new beginnings, unconditional love, happiness, bliss, an offering when it comes to a new opportunity of love, of stable emotions. The Pillar, wow. This is 2 coming together and blending really well. Now, yes, this is giving me twin flame vibes. I'm not saying that just quite yet because soulmates actually have more peace than twin flames. Twin flames have a lot of imbalancing, injustices, and soulmates tend to be really peaceful and in balance, right? And blend really well. So it's hard to say at this energy, but definitely this does feel like there is a sense of balance in this offer, a sense of duality. And again, 2 coming together to start this new romance, right? That leads to abundance and happiness. You also received Mountain, again with another card of coming together and blending, unity, 2 cards of unity and balance. This is a journey of coming together, blending together. This is a journey of bridging the divide, bridging the gap, filling the void. It feels like, and I'm just going to be honest with you, this feels soulmate-ish just for the simple fact it feels like, this is someone who fills that void, right? And usually the void is a twin flame. So if this person is filling the void, this most definitely could be a soulmate. We'll have to dive a little bit deeper and see here. You also received Cloud. Yeah, communication, ideas, sharing ideas. This is definitely a soulmate. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm feeling it very heavily. This is someone who, again, wants to make this offer of a new opportunity of love, one where 2 come together, blend together, and really share in those ideas, and not only share in those ideas and those beliefs, but actually take action. This also feels like having those conversations, like sharing in those ideas, right? This is communication, right? This is action. This is why this feels soulmate, right? Because a soulmate, it just feels so at peace and so easy, that flow, that there's no resistance, right? There's no resistance coming through in this reading. This is blending together. This is balance. This is union. So even if this is twin flame, this feels like there's no separation in this twin flame. So this is why I'm feeling like this is definitely soulmate, right? But again, with that cloud energy here, pile number 2, yeah, for sure. It's like the more those ideas are expressed, the more time that you guys actually have that conversation and communicate when it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to just what you've been through. Again, the voids, bridging that gap, you get what I'm saying? Filling that void. It feels like that's when this spiritual connection deepens. It feels like that's when you start to see how powerful this connection is here. You also received angel, most definitely a spiritual connection, okay? One of unconditional love, one that is protected, guided. This is also the card of compassion and communication. So it feels like this person here is someone who you can talk to, who understands, and who is compassionate when it comes to your feelings. Your person also received the house. Very interesting. This is soul family, right? Building the home. This is also that familiar feeling, right? So it does feel like this person makes you feel comfortable. And, you know, this connection just feels really safe and really at peace and protected here. The dog, loyalty, companionship, again, stability, loyalty, right? This is feeling very 10 of Pentacles, very stable, long-term connection. The tree, again, planting that seed and watching those roots grow, being stable, being nurturing, being grounded, being loyal, being stable and grounded to this connection, to, again, blending with you. The rose, right? Forever emotions, again, planting those seeds when it comes to forever being in love, forever feeling that unconditional love and that protection by this love. Right? This is that energy of never doubting this, never doubting this person going anywhere, never doubting this person being unfaithful to you or lying to you. This is clear communication. This is, as you guys communicate, as you guys share in these ideas, you build this home, this soul family, this loyal partnership, this loyal companionship that, again, is sturdy. It doesn't go anywhere. This is long-lasting emotions with the rose energy. I definitely see with also this rose energy a lot of growth emotionally, right? It feels like as you guys talk to each other, as you guys share in your ideas, as time goes by, it feels like that love just continues to grow. Again, you start to see the divine connection as it's being communicated, as you guys are expressing to each other. Flower bouquet, celebration, success, happiness, right? Unity, bliss, expansion, right? This is that spiritual path. This is definitely a spiritual path. It's definitely feeling very much soul flame. I'm sorry, soul flame. Maybe for some of you guys, it is a soulmate and a twin flame, but this is definitely feeling soulmate. Justice, the scales, again, balanced, harmony, working together, equal exchange. Do you get what I'm saying? There is a peaceful balance here. There is an equal give and take. There is an equal exchange. The wreath. Again with victory, again with success, accomplishment. This is good luck. This is a good cycle. Again, this is the scales balancing out and giving you a gift that lasts forever, a gift that continues to grow. Oh, there was actually 2 cards here. Ocean. Actually, apologies. Hold on one second. Pile number 2. Let's move these cards down. The card of the ocean is about an easy flow. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. It can definitely make you feel like you're choking on water, choking on your emotions, or not knowing how to really express that. But this doesn't feel like that. This feels like you're going to be able to express with this person very easily. It feels like you already do. It feels like you are in connection with this person. And if not, when you do have this connection, it'll just make sense. It'll go so easy, right? It just goes with the flow. You just feel it. It doesn't feel pressured. It doesn't feel like you need to, you know, try to figure out where this person is at, because the communication is so open. The communication is so clear. Again, that flow of emotions is coming through very easily, right? It's allowing to come in and go out as, again, that flow wants to, right? You know, just really depending on, you know, again, that surrounding energy. But at the end of the day, this is that easy flow, right? This isn't a difficult flow. This is a lot of emotions here, right? Intense emotions that are built up over time, right? Again, it feels like this connection, this person, pile number 2, most definitely will give you emotionally what you give to them. And for the final card, pomegranate. Absolutely beautiful. Pile number 2, this is beauty. This is unity. This is happiness. This is success. But more importantly, this is abundance. There's money tied to this, right? This is tasting the sweet fruit that you have worked your ass off for. Seriously. This is the creation of the union that you desire that will bring balance, duality, communication, flow of emotions, long-lasting, growing emotions, and again, an equal exchange. Most definitely here. Beautiful energy. So obviously, I want to go through these bad boys here. Let's see what else we have for you, pile number 2. You also receive the Fool. Most definitely this person is taking that risk. This person's not afraid to take that risk with you here. You also receive the 2 of Cups. Most definitely. This is definitely soulmate energy. This is someone who loves and respects you. And this is someone who cannot wait for you to give them love, right? They really, think about the exchange. They think about this relationship. They think about the peace. And again, that equal exchange of emotions here. 3 of Pentacles. They want to work on things with you here. Okay, pile number 2. They want to work with you. They want to work hard when it comes to building with you. Ace of Swords. Again, communication, taking action, being very clear when it comes to what they want. 6 of Pentacles. Most definitely exchanging equally with you. Again, with the flow. The 6 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, again, what did I say? I felt it, right? That long-term forever, right? Most definitely. Also the Hierophant, beautiful energy, that spiritual connection, that long-term, where you learn from this person, they learn from you. Again, you guys share in those ideas and you grow together. The Lovers, look at that spiritual connection. That's absolutely beautiful. It does feel like it takes time, but it doesn't feel like a whole lot of negativity or disturbance. Again, this feels very peaceful. It feels like, again, this person is going to express to you exactly what they feel, so you're not going to have to question where your person is at or where you're at in your person's life. The Sun, powerful energy. Definitely, you guys, your character are lining up here. Not only are your characters lining up, but there's a lot of growth, a lot of happiness, a lot of expansion, very beautiful energy. And for the final card, the Universe, definitely a new cycle here with this person where you are appreciated and you appreciate the cycle with this person. You appreciate the flow, you appreciate the duality, the blending, the home, the forever growing emotions. Absolutely beautiful energy. This is definitely a very loyal companion here, most definitely a soulmate. So with that being said, pile number 2, that is all I have for you guys. I will see y'all next time. Mwah. Bye, fam. All right, pile number 3. So for those of you guys who chose the selenite bar, this is your reading. All right, pile number 3. The first card you received, Pathway. Second card, Castle. The Moon card. The Blindfold. Fire. The Butterfly. The Heart. The Lobster. The Feather. The Lantern. The Crown. The Lily. The Bull. And last, the Sun. All right, pile number 3. So for the first card, you did receive Pathway. This is about movement forward. This is about a connection. So movement forward towards a connection, towards a bond. The Castle, fantasy, dream state. The Castle also represents divine guardianship, divine protection, divine barriers, divine defense. Pile number 3, you also received the Moon card, right? So deep emotions here, deep intensity, but secrets circling this bond, circling this connection. Those secrets create shadow work, inner self, right? Really working on self when it comes to those emotions, those dark emotions. Again, with this pathway, it feels like in the past, right, especially with this transition, there was some form of secrecy, right, dark emotions, right? So again, with transition, a new path, when it comes to these fantasies, the dark emotions, again, the secrets that weren't, again, expressed or seen, it does feel like they're going to be coming to light. The blindfold. This is the unseen, right? I do feel like there's things in this connection that you can't see with the blindfold. There can also be things in this energy that you choose not to see. At the end of the day, the blindfold represents, obviously, going with your instincts, right? Not going with what you see. But it can also represent a clouded vision, right? Not seeing properly. You also received the card Fire. And interesting enough, it is in the place of card number 5, right? So conflicts, battles when it comes to this intensity. And interesting enough, fire is all about obviously that fury, that passion, that intensity, that heat. But at the same time, it destroys, it defeats. Really coming from this blindfold energy of the unseen, right? Not seeing the destruction of the intensity of this connection, the bond of this connection, the journey of this connection, right? But fantasy, right? Seeing a fantasy when it comes to this pathway. When it comes to this person, when it comes to this bond, when it comes to the darkness of the emotions of this connection. Fire energy. Definitely this card screams twin flame. You also receive the butterfly, right? Change, transformation. Again, with a lot of change and transformation. There's definitely a new phase ahead in this connection. A lot of hopes for this connection. And again, dreaming, fantasizing of wishes come true. But again, this change is taking place, right? Circling those fantasies, again, with the journey and the transition. Definitely a metamorphosis within this connection. Definitely, again, really talking about transition in this connection. The heart, truth, courage, love. But at the same time, sorrow, pain, agony, despair, cruelty. When it comes to those emotions, right? So the equal balance between, again, negative and positive circling emotions. The balance emotionally. Again, lining up right under this pathway here, collective, clearly, right? A new pathway, a new journey that leads to a bond, right? A bond that is coming from this place of not only negative, but positive as well. Again, that balance emotionally. So again, feeling that toxicity in the past and a transition into a new phase of fantasy. But again, still somewhat being blindfolded here and not seeing the truth, right? There's still illusions and darkness here, right? So again, that equal balance is always going to be here, right? This darkness will always exist in this energy. Again, knowing that this connection has pain from the past, but hopes and wishes of fulfillment, love, and happiness, you know, in the end or even to come. And willing to be strong enough to go through these unseen, dark, and again, painful energies, sorrowful energies to be able to hopefully have the happy ending. The lobster. So the lobster does share that same, you know, energy as the snake shedding the skin, right? So there's definitely this shedding behind this lobster energy. Shedding the old, right? So again, coming from this energy, shedding the old, right? The old toxicity, the old illusions, the old things, you know, not seen, right? The things that are hidden. Again, it feels like in this energy that again, there were things not seen. There were things that were hidden. Therefore, divine intervened and destroyed things, right? And this is what changed things. This is what changed things and created this balance, right? This equal balance when it comes to not only the toxicity, but also the positive aspects of this relationship as well. Again, the love and the courage, the endurance during this cycle, right? Again, lobster shedding the old. The lobster signifies inner awareness, protection. So it almost feels like in this connection, you had to get burned to be able to see the truth. That this fantasy was not just perfect and bliss, that there was going to be toxicity and sorrow and destruction and changes because of it, right? Again, shedding the old to create the new, divine protection, again, lining up under this castle. It almost feels like the divine protection was to destroy this connection, to create that different perspective, to create that balance, to again, shed the old and acknowledge self, right? So definitely with the self, I'm feeling twin flame most definitely here, right? And then we have the feather, the divine connection itself, the spiritual connection that requires faith, the sacred journey that requires higher knowledge. There's definitely a message for you here because the feather is about messages, right? In the tarot, when we see the feathers, right, as a reader, especially myself, right, I definitely pick up on messages, right? But messages from divine. Messages from divine letting you know that this is protected because this is a sacred union, a divine connection, a sacred journey. The lantern, internal spirit, this is lighting the flame within, right? How can your twin see you if your fire is not lit? How can two flames come together if there's no flame that exists, right? And so this is why this divine intervention was created, to, again, have the shedding of the old, to see in a new way, to light the light within, right? Again, the inner work, the inner awareness, how sacred the connection within is and how sacred the connection without is. And again, that balance when it comes to this sacred union, again, that inner light. This is the guidance, right? It's wearing that blindfold, going within and trusting your intuition, trusting your instinct, not being ignorant or, again, clouded when it comes to that, but remembering who you are and how special you are. There's definitely an emphasis on transition. This is the transition from not seeing it then, that the balance was needed within, that the change was needed within, the shedding of the old was needed, right? Seeing it now, being divinely guided to light your own flame. Definitely spiritual awareness here. Internal spirit, the balance within. The crown, mastery, victory, accomplishment, status, transcendence, right? This is that higher knowledge, interesting enough, right? This is that hierarchy. This is being crowned because of your experience, because of your development, right? This is, again, gaining that wisdom that's needed to be able to see, right? To be able to change your outcomes, right? And very interesting, the flame is lining up under this, right? Or above this crown, right? So again, it feels like both of you guys in this connection are really ascending when it comes to, again, that path to self, right? Again, ascending when it comes to seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, one where there is divinity, right? Hope, faith, and again, awareness, right? Awareness when it comes to self and, again, others, right? So as within, so without, beautiful energy, as above, so below, very beautiful, right? You also receive the lily. Lilies represent unconditional love, pile number 3, right? Feminine energy, higher awareness when it comes to emotions, that higher perspective when it comes to what love really is and how to attain that love, right? The power of manifesting what you dream and hope for, the things you fantasize about, right? It feels like you fantasize for this connection and not knowing what in actuality this connection was, right? And it feels like as you battled this, as you went through the conflicts, and as this, this connection changed through that time without seeing it, again, because this was unseen here, pile number 3, right? You didn't see it, but the shedding was taking place, right? The protection was there from the get-go, even though you may have not seen it, right? But eventually you see it. Eventually the light gets lit. You start to bring awareness to yourself that something needs to change within you, right? That is this card of the lily, unconditional love. Again, really ascending when it comes to emotion. So definitely emotional intellect, right? The bull, interesting enough, as readers, we don't speak on this enough, but the bull energy, Taurus energy, is actually an equal balance of masculine and feminine. It has not only the sun, but the moon as well, right? So there's a balance, right, between masculine and feminine. This is masculine and feminine both, right? Being sturdy, being grounded, being stable, but also being a little bit stubborn and fixated, right? This is the card of power, of strength. So not only the energy to create, but also the energy to resist, right? Again, that equal balance between masculine and feminine. So it feels like in this connection, clearly masculine resisted and feminine Again, stayed dedicated, stayed fixated. That was that negative and positive too surrounding these emotions. Again, this connection through all of these changes, through all of this shedding, fantasizing, the loss, the sorrow, the pain, but yet at the same time holding on to that love and what you felt for this person. At the end of the day, the stability always existed. And the resistance was a part of it. The Sun card. This is life itself. This is enlightenment. This is seeing, right? And again, lining up under, it's beautiful, right? Lining up under the blindfold and the lantern, the sun. Most definitely this is that I see now. This is, let me shine that light down so you can see the things that were hidden, the things that were clouded, right? And this was achieved because of that light within. So a new life begins. A new journey that brings happiness, success, and abundance. Passion, intensity, and creation. This is invoking happiness. This is creating and demanding happiness, right? So pile number 3, definitely this is a twin flame connection. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? This connection is definitely growing and it leads to happiness, right? There was a balance of masculine and feminine from the very get-go, right? But in order to understand that, you have to be able to acknowledge what masculine energy is and what feminine energy is itself, right? Masculine being the ego, the logic, the runner. Naturally, masculine energy on the positive aspect protects, right? But on the negative aspects is a savage. They want to run wild and free, right? They cannot be contained because they are the beast. And then feminine energy, the beauty, the unconditional love, the emotions, the nurturing stability, but at the same time, holds on, right? Needs the masculine to protect, can express those emotions and has no issues expressing those emotions most of the time, right? So again, that equal balance between not only logic, masculine energy, but the emotions, feminine energy as well. And again, that is this balance, and that balance existed from day one. The stability was always there. Again, going back to the energy of the past, right? The sorrow, the pain, the illusions, the dark times, the secrets, not knowing why, right? But feeling the passion of this connection, feeling the passion you have for this person, but not seeing it clearly. And it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine in this energy. Both were blinded. Both lived the cycle of not seeing properly, not trusting intuition and trusting instinct, but allowing destruction, allowing the pain, but now understanding and seeing it very clearly. And that light being lit within, that higher ascension, that unconditional love, that self-love, creating the balance that leads to this happiness. So very beautiful energy. I want to go ahead and pull the other cards and see what else Spirit has for you. The Emperor. Yeah, again, right? Twin flame. The Empress. Ten of Cups. Happiness, abundance, success, wish fulfillment. The Moon card. Illusions. Not seeing everything properly, right? Not seeing everything that needs to be seen, but that clouded vision. Divine stepping in and intervening. The destruction of this connection. Yep, leading to that balance that's needed. The balance between emotions, right? The balance between logic, the balance when it comes to the exchange, what you're giving and what you're taking when it comes to love, when it came to this connection itself, but also the nostalgia over the past, right? And reconnecting, exchanging. The Temperance, reconciliation, Sagittarius energy, right? Balance, moderation, learning the exchange. Learning the balance between that give and take, that 50-50. Four of Wands, celebration, happiness, success, long-term celebration, right? A stable connection. Justice, the balance itself. And finally, the Hermit. Again, the path to self, going within, the spirit path itself, this journey, this sacred journey itself, leading to where it needs to lead. Again, self, that lantern, that light. Beautiful energy here, pile number 3. Beautiful energy. So clearly, pile number 3, most definitely, this was a twin flame confirmation. This was definitely your message from spirit, right? So pile number 3, clearly, this is a twin flame connection. It does have a lot of sorrow. It does have a lot of change and destruction and not seeing properly. But at the end of the day, this connection itself creates the emotional intellect to be able to have that happiness, right? It creates the destruction of the old to create, right? So definitely that phoenix energy, right? The rebirth, the new creation itself from the old energy. So very beautiful energy, most definitely. With that being said, that is all I have for you guys. I will see you guys next time, pile number 3. Bye. Thank you guys all for watching, and I hope that this reading helped to bring you some form of clarity or confirmation when it comes to your journey and what journey you're on. With that being said, fam, again, I love you guys. Namaste, stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.